And now the players have to turn their attentions to a crucial game, certainly for these Catalan Dragons players, looking to get back in the saddle after a disappointing run of form, looking to atone for that slip up at the Magic weekend when they lost to that long-range piece of Miller Magic. And Wakefield, well, the pressure is off them. They can relax going into this game, although of course they do possibly have their minds on a big cup tie coming up in a couple of weeks' time, facing Warrington Wolves in the Challenge Cup semi-finals.
Let's go.
Underway in Perpignan, and first touch of the ball for this Dragon side.
Keep it low, discipline.
And it's a big game for the Catalan Dragons.
Move.
You said, Bill, they lost the last 4 league and cup games, but last week when they were defeated by Castleford at Castleford, 38 points 24, they conceded 7 tries. That won't be good enough if a team that's got genuine aspirations to get to the Old Trafford on October the 8th, they need to make sure that they come up with a better performance against the Wakefield side. They had the game in the bag at Wigan last week, but the game went away from them towards the back end of the game.
I think as well for their own confidence, their own belief, and to convince themselves in the changing room that they've got the minerals to get all the way. They need to get over stubborn sides like Wakefield, but they need to turn up in the big games. And I think sometimes the question marks that get thrown at this Catalan side is they don't turn up in the big games.
Well, they've turned up today, missing quite a few players. It's interesting to see Tony Gigot playing in the halves, his first at standoff since a game for the London Broncos 2 years ago, over 2 years ago for Tony Gigot. And the last time he played in that position for the Catalan Dragons was against Wakefield in 2011, and Wakefield won.
Wow. What about that for a hit? Was it Alba?
No. It was Lucas Albert.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, you're right, yeah. Great tackle.
Wow, just gets his body in front, stands his ground, comes up with a decent shot.
That's on Craig Hall, the tackle before. But the tackle from the halfback, Lucas Albert, he had his...
Whoa, Mikel Simon off the field already. That is a disastrous start for the Wildcats.
Well, they're just lucky that they've got the likes of Nick Scruton, Anthony Tupu, Jason Walton and Fafita on the bench. Wakefield, Chris Chester's gone with a very big side on the bench, hoping to come on and really give the lift to his side. Morgan Escaret, well, he's an eagle player, but there's a lot of pressure on him. Tony Gigot, Lucas Albert. As you said before, Bill, missing the likes of Richie Myler, Todd Carney, Thomas Bosk and Paul Layton. The brains just not there for Catalan.
So Mikel Simon off the field in the opening minutes at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. Not 2 minutes on the clock, and he was hobbling off against his former club. He made 74 appearances for the Dragons. Dave Taylor, his enormous hands, transferring the ball, and he plays it. Here is Escaret now, gets it to Dupont. Dupont.
Move away, Wakefield! Hold!
Well dealt with by the Wildcat centres, but Wakefield have got to contain this Dragon side early on, because they do come out of the blocks quickly, Catalan, looking to impose themselves, and they did when the sides met earlier in the season.
But one thing in these conditions you want to do, you want to make sure that you get through your sets, you get to your kick, energy sapping conditions, and you can see the sun in the eyes of Max Jowett.
One away!
And the interesting thing about the makeup of this Catalan side is the strike on the edges, the centres and second rows. I like to see Dave Taylor used on the edges. He's just involved in that tackle. I think sometimes when he's involved in the middle, he's enveloped by the bigger players as big as him. When he's running on the fringes and the edges, he tends to be a little bit bigger. Well, he's bigger than most people in the game, to be fair, but he tends to be bigger than the players that are trying to defend him.
Well, Wakefield giving this ball a good bit of width. Here's Joe Arundel now, taking on Vince Dupont. Dupont makes the tackle.
Hold, go.
Finn, short pass, and Scruton already on the field and into the action. Back in the side today, the prop forward. Finn again hoisting. They're giving Escaret some early treatment here, but the fullback has stood up to those 2 kicks so far.
And they've got to make sure that they don't just stand there, watch the kick. That's a good play, the ball as well from Morgan Escaret. Finds his front, leaves a couple of Wakefield players on the ground. You've got to make sure you come up with good contact. And there's the problem, his hamstring, Michael Simon, so he won't be back onto the pitch.
That is really disappointing start for the big man.
And these conditions will really affect your rotation of your forwards.
Forward, Jacob! Hold with me for 4.
If you lose one of the
Hold
big
it.
fellas,
Go.
it will then have an effect if your middle channel's working
Lay up.
overtime. Remy Casti pushing up short with
5,
Dave Taylor.
Wakefield to me, CO, come on, mate. Hold, Jacob.
Play it, play it, play it.
Here come the Dragons, or Taylor.
Play on, play on.
Well, he
Not
managed
sure
to
whether
kick
was that a
that.
grubber.
Yeah.
Well, I think he fumbled the ball and managed to kick it before it hit the floor.
Release there, 1. Hold, go.
You're already seeing just a little bit scrappy
2.
on last
Away,
tackles.
Catalan,
Sometimes
2.
Catalan.
Here we go,
Todd
hold.
Carney will obviously assume responsibility. Richie Myler when he comes back into the side. But the two young halfbacks, they almost need to scratch out tackle 3 and 4 to get ready for that kick.
And there's a problem with Dave Taylor. He's not moving freely.
Hold, Jason. Hold.
So Michael Seaman, well, he's left the pitch, and Dave Taylor, if he has to leave, it'll be a huge blow. One comes up with a decent shot then.
That was late by Dave Taylor.
Chip kick ahead, and it's bounced up for Bill Tupu, and Tupu for Miller. Miller keeps the ball alive. Wakefield keeping the ball alive. Catalan-esque in their attack here. They've gone from one side of the field to the other, and then the final pass, not what was needed.
Well, in front of one and behind another, and neither one of them wanted to catch it, but it was a high kick that was allowed to bounce. And you see the scramble defence from Catalan players trying to get back on side. And if Wakefield continue to play like that, there's some risk involved in it, but they could get some reward.
So Wakefield frustrated with that, as you might have heard from the pitchside microphones, and apologies if it got a bit rich.
Oh well, loose forward. Let's have your heads in, second
Wakefield
row, loose,
not-
and Wakefield, second row, loose. Heads in, wait there.
Going to go
Second
to the
row.
south of France
Head in.
and just think,
Head
can
in,
we get
second row.
this game in the bag early on?
Fellas, time's still
They're
off.
looking to throw the ball around.
Listen,
Joe
look.
Rundle, and maybe if he was
I'm
switched
not
on
telling you to
on
get
that
in.
right
Get your
edge,
head down. Get your head
it could have
down.
caused
Same
some
for you, Wakefield.
problems.
Yeah, heads in. Wait there. Heads in, second row,
Bit of
loose.
shadows on
Time's
the
let's
pitch
go.
at one end of the ground there, the office end of
One,
the
move to
stadium.
me and
I'm
hold
sure it's
the
got a
line.
pretty more
One.
exotic
One.
name than the office
Hold.
end of the
Hold.
ground,
Go. One.
being France. Well, here is Taylor,
Two,
still out there on the field.
To me for 2. Still got all look.
Plays the ball, and that's surely a penalty. It's a knock-on, says the referee. Stuart, I'm befuddled.
Well, he's called held and he's called them to move, and they haven't moved away. Taylor's on his feet and he wants to play the ball, and they're still not holding. You see, they're clamping the ball there and not allowing him to play it, because they know if he gets a quick play of the ball, they're going to be in trouble.
Heads in.
Well, Matty Ashurst wouldn't get any distance between first mark and the man who was playing the ball, Dave Taylor. Whenever he gets the ball, he's made more offloads than anybody else in a Catalan jersey this
Hold it.
year, more tackle busts. So when you make
Second
sure that you
ball
get
loose.
up in his
Heads
face
in.
and you get contact with him, you
let's
don't
go,
give him
Jacob,
them
head in.
extra seconds to try and offload
play on,
that
it's
ball or
out,
keep
it's out.
moving forward.
So Chris Campbell already
One move
incurring
to
the
me,
wrath of
hold,
the Catalan
Catalan.
Dragon
Hold
supporters,
it.
and it doesn't
Hold.
take much to incur their wrath for a referee, as Stuart will probably testify. Here they come, and can they profit from that? I think they're going to with Hall. No, Hall back on the inside, and Max Jowett will get the try from a controversial decision. Wakefield strike first, and it's Max Jowett, the young fullback, who gets his 4th try of this campaign.
Well, Tony Gigo, he's the man who's at fault. He shoots the line, he tries to cut the play down. All he has to do is keep his line. Don't try and go out there and solve the problems yourself. And Max Jowett hits a brilliant line out the back, a sweeping line, gives the ball to Hall, who then in turn finds Jowett on the inside. But Catalan, it's not good signs in the opening couple of minutes for them.
Well, that was really well taken by the Catalan Dragons side, by the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats side, who profited from that Catalan Dragons mistake, or not. And that's the sort of attack that the Wildcats have shown they're capable of. A side rejuvenated since Chris Chester came into the coaching role. Well, they were rejuvenated. They've lost a bit of juve in the last few weeks, if you can be rejuvenated. And Liam Finn then with this
Hands up.
First conversion opportunity of the game, nonchalantly strokes that one, and Wakefield lead by 6 points to 0.
Well, this is a sensational start from Wakefield, who many believe start this game as favourites, even though on the competition table they're at 8th, Catalan are at 4th, but because of the players that are missing and the consistency in the personnel of the Wakefield team, that's a fantastic start for them.
Stay straight here.
Your left. Say your left.
Liam Finn, very experienced campaigner. He's been ever present in all 24 games for the Wildcats this season.
Stay there.
Real steadying influence for them.
All okay.
Bill, it's daunting for most sides when you visit the south of France in these conditions. There's only Hull, Warrington, Wigan that have won in Perpignan this year, and making a mistake like that won't help the cause. But when Wakefield have turned up, and they would have looked at the team sheet, as well as the players like Myler, Casti, Boscan, but Inu, Anderson, Glenn Stewart, Gregory Muniz.
Let's back it down. Let's back it down. Knock on,
Well,
fellas.
looked like he managed to,
Touch the floor.
looked like he managed to keep hold of that, didn't
Across.
he? Didn't quite get to the ground, trapped it between his legs.
But even when calls like that, if you don't
Second
think that
row
you've
loose,
made a
heads
mistake,
in.
calls go
Heads
against
loose
you,
in.
you just got to
Let's
go
go
on with the
in,
next
second
play.
row. It's out.
Well, how often do we see that happen immediately from the restart? And it was Jowett, the try scorer, who came up
To
with
me, hold.
the error.
Hold it. Go, one.
And Catalan immediately presented with an opportunity to hit back. Here is
Two,
Jason
move.
Baitieri
Hold the line. for
returning
two.
to the
Play
side
it,
for this
play it,
game.
two.
Anthony Maria now. Rare start for
Three,
him in the
move.
front row
Hold it.
for
Hold
the
it
Dragons.
three.
Pellissier. Under pressure, the hooker is coming for some criticism, and not just from his chairman.
4 away. 4. Hold it. Liam. 4. Hold
That's
it.
good defence. They're
Hold it.
numbering up well, Wakefield.
Albert puts a little grubber kick
Play on,
in.
play on,
Oh,
play
and Miller dealt with that one so confidently.
Help.
He does
Help,
really well.
fellas.
The line was
Go.
intact, and all of a sudden when he sees the...
Oh, that was silly from
penalty.
Jigo.
They've
Yeah.
just undone all the great work there. That's the foundation. That's the first set of 6 that they've managed to build into this game, and they give a penalty away.
But the defensive line's intact. They're not pressuring themselves. Jacob Miller, when he knows that kick's going to come through, he just drops back, gets hold of the ball, and earns his side a penalty. He knows that he's got to find the ground. He knows that he's got to get up and play the ball as quick as he can. And Liam Finn now just directing his big troops what he wants on the next play.
One move. Hold with me for one.
Jigo,
Hold it. Hold it.
Who
Get
can
up.
be a bit
With me, Justin.
rash at times. Well, he was rash with that challenge, which cost him pressure on the
Two moves.
Dragons
Three,
line,
work.
and has
Two,
let
hold.
Wakefield
Hold,
off the
go.
hook on this occasion.
Well, it's a good start from
Three,
Wakefield.
release
From the
it.
forwards are starting
Hold. Go. Three.
to win those little battles.
It's a good run from Scruton. Great footwork from Nick Scruton.
Nice, Dave. Good job. Put him on
31
away.
years of age,
With me,
and
Antonio.
linked with a move to Hull
Four,
Kingston
four,
Rovers.
Side. Longs.
Here is Miller running across the field, and then Finn. Jowett.
Five to the left,
Albert
on the
leading the
left.
tackle.
Move. 5.
It's the 5th tackle.
Let's score.
And Miller stepping through, and Miller then putting the kick in and just snatched out of the air by Justin Horrow. That was a real reaction from the second rower.
Well, normally when it's the last play, everyone's expecting the ball to go up or along the ground, trying to just kick the ball in behind the opposing team. But that's what I talked about earlier on with Jacob Miller, his running game. He does ask questions of those bigger men in the middle.
3, release him. Come on, 3. Let's go.
Wakefield ahead, courtesy of that Max Jowett try converted by
4, move.
Liam Finn.
Hold for 4.
There's Remy
Hold it.
Casti, picked out before
4,
the game.
go.
Try scorer last week. It's a 40-20 attempt, and it is a good 40-20 attempt. Great response from the Catalan Dragons.
Well, that's what you're after when you've been under pressure. You made a couple of mistakes, as Jigo has, but you can also come up with brilliant plays like this. There was a couple of plays in his eye line, but he still has the time, still has the vision to put the ball out to play.
Well, let's see if that's enough to steady the Catalan Dragons down. I said before, they haven't built anything into this game. They haven't put any sets of 6 together, any kick chase together. They look like they're all set for the big play. And sometimes you can spend 80 minutes waiting for the big play, and your opposition manage to outstrip.
Let's keep going.
Really sunny day, 29 degrees over in Perpignan, so water breaks
push it over to the cross, fellas.
Very important, but the most energetic side in the opening 13 and a half minutes is the Wakefield Wildcats.
Second forwards, heads in, second roll, wait there,
So head and feed to the Dragons, courtesy of that Tony Gigot 40-20. That's not a bad contribution for this stand-in, stand-off for the Catalan Dragons. Pellissier, Anthony Maria now. Maria.
2, move! Hold the line for 2, hold it!
He stopped by Ashurst. Pellissier now. They're going to go wide. No, that's good defence again.
But good set-up play from Catalan. They had numbers then inside and out.
Go.
Here is Casti now. Bumps off one, comes across the field, Casti, but tracked all the way by Scott Moore.
Here we go, 4, go.
Good defence so far this set of 6. Little grubber kick from Taylor. It worked last time he played against Wakefield, well, the time before that in actual fact, when they played at Bellevue.
Well, they look
can't reach
back to 1, yep.
Well, that's what he can do, but whether or not you want Dave Taylor kicking the ball on the last play or taking control.
I've got it, leave it to me.
Previously, Tez, about Pellissier, when he starts a game, his temperament is questionable. He's a little bit temperamental. Watch percentages, which I'm not so sure, but
you're calling Pellissier temperamental.
Pellissier, as a starting hooker, needs to just feed his halves and give them the opportunity to build into the game, which is the word I keep using.
Well, talking of feeding, that's you off the free pizza list then next time you're in Cannes near the Pellissier Pizza Parlour. Here they come, the Catalan Dragons, and that's good defence to stop Vincent Duport.
It's brilliant defence. And nobody coming out of the line, they're moving up, they're talking, you can see them just nominating the players, they're pushing off when the dummy runners are coming through. They're just pushing off, they're moving on to the next man, they're not looking at going in and engaging with the dummy runners, looking for them penalties. They're watching what the ball's doing, they're watching what their outside edge men are doing, and they're coming in and they're cutting those players down.
Make sure you back the 10, you and Joe, yeah? Make sure you back the 10.
The players taking advantage of this stoppage in play.
I think I spotted Liam Finn with a little bit of sunblock on glove. I was worried for Liam then.
Yeah, second roll, loose, heads in.
It's head and feed to the Wildcats then after that.
Let's go,
good defensive stint. Anthony Tupu back in the lineup after 5 out, ready to come on. And they'll need to be rotating their players very astutely, will the coaches. Oh, and look at that. That is greasy, sweaty palms, I'm sure, that's responsible for that.
And that's just after 15 minutes, and they look at that ball goes backwards.
Hold it, Catalan, too.
The referee, Chris Campbell, judging that went backwards, Stuart.
And I think he was right on that occasion.
Move, 3, hold.
Well, that was a lucky break for the Wildcats.
4, move,
Anthony Maria, good defence from him.
There's some good intent from both sides defensively.
In the 40.
Scott Moore has gone for a 40-20, and Escaré is herring over there to prevent it. And now he'll try and counter, but Finn is there to stop him.
Well, on a good firm ground, there's going to be some bounce in the ball. Going towards the sideline, it can go anywhere. But make sure you complete your sets, make sure you're disciplined.
Hold it, go. Let's go, Swan.
Vincent Duport, another member of that Catalan 10 years of Super League dream team. Fouad Yaha was just a 9-year-old when it all began. Gigot, Taylor bumps off one, bumps off 2 of his own players. Pellissier ducks under one and keeps going, Eloi Pellissier.
Well, there's that offload that I'm on about. When you think you've got Dave Taylor, he can do that to you. Have a look at Remy Castier, the last play. He goes in behind dummy half. There's a player left on the ground. He doesn't even try to pick the ball up. He taps it back into Scott Moore. Look, as soon as he does that, the penalty's awarded.
Well, it's not one of my favourite penalties. That I think teams who are just playing for that penalty, but probably Scott Moore could have got it out of the way a bit better than he did. But not my favourite penalty where players are playing for that sort of thing. I'd rather see the play carry on.
But if he can't carry on, as he should be allowed to, then surely that's legitimate.
Well, I think he could have picked that ball up and moved the ball out wide. But they chose to put it into Scott Moore. So we have this delay instead of, if they're going to do that, then penalise them or give a knock on against them.
And sometimes you're caught in two minds as a player. whether because you've lost the tackle and you're on the wrong side of the ruck, do you try and roll away and then hit one of the attacking players and then that gives the penalty away, or do you just sit there or lie there and not move?
And I understand that. It's very difficult for that man at the back, but it's the acting halfback that's making the choice to win the penalty. And if referees are not going to award that penalty, they'll soon stop doing it because it becomes a gamble.
It's not head injury, what are we doing?
A long stoppage here as strapping is applied, and Chris Campbell telling the Wakefield medics that they need to get a move on.
Well, more pressure here.
Hey, mate. Hold the line, lads.
So it was the penalty for Scott Moore
One away!
not clearing
We're meeting home.
the ruck. And now then, can Catalan capitalise on this? Wakefield have been defending well so far, but they're under pressure here from Gigo, and Gigo is over the line. And has he got that ball down?
Yes.
Well, he targets Jacob Miller, doesn't he? They have the numbers on the right side. Catalan.
Fellas, get away, lads. Oi, get away.
Ben Thaler is the video ref. And is he going to order try, Stuart?
Well, the ball certainly ended up over the line. I suppose the question here would be whether this was a double movement. No problem with the ball leading up to there, no obstructions. He's down on the ground, the ball's not on the ground, and the arm carrying the ball is on the ground and just comes down on the line there. So I don't think, double movement's taken out of the equation because the tackle's never completed and the ball ends up on the line. This should be a try.
And it's a very quick decision from Ben Thaler, not hanging around, and Tony Gigo comes up with the response. His 12th try of the season, with Jody Broughton out of the side today. Gigo is the next top try scorer for the Dragons, and he's just increased his tally.
Well, Wakefield guilty of standing and hanging off players and runners. You see, just desperately trying to make up the space created Matty Ashurst. He's pointing at the right player, can't get there. That show and go just puts the doubt in the mind of Jacob Miller, who swings an arm out. Unfortunately, it's not good enough. Tony Gigo, he doesn't get them wrong too many times.
Tony Gigo in this standoff role. We've seen him at fullback, in the centres so far this season. Now in the halves. Now here's Pat Richards, who will have uncomfortable memories of these Wakefield players lining up opposite him with that penalty he missed at the Magic weekend. That's conspired to help Catalan suffer defeat in that game, and he's landed that one.
Well, Lucas Albert makes a big play along with Remy Casti. Look, he goes at the defensive line, fixes the defenders. Remy Casti as well. When he goes at the line and he's the dummy runner, he attracts Matty Ashurst for that split second, which then allows Tony Gigo to just get the one-on-one with Matty Ashurst, goes at Jacob Miller, then he switches off. But there's some good build-up play from those two players, Lucas Albert, the young 18-year-old, and Remy Casti, the prop forward.
And you're correct, Tez, when you watch that back angle there, it's that run and that committed run from Dave Taylor that just makes Jacob Miller hang off a little bit. And who wouldn't hang off? You have big Dave Taylor in front of you.
So Pat Richards landing his 66th goal of the season to level the scores at 6 points apiece. After a lively first quarter at the Brutus in Perpignan.
That was a big carry from Remy Casti. That's what you want, especially after you just scored a try. You brought the game back level.
On balance, you'd probably give the opening quarter to Wakefield, but with the conditions, the humidity, and the Wakefield players not being as used to it as the Catalan players, if they're going to win this game, they need a good start and points on the board early.
Well, here they come with Justin Horro. He's got the scent of another try. He's on a roll, is the second row, and that's another penalty.
Yeah, and that's a couple of penalties they give away on the fifth tackle. So they're getting through the early sets, they're defending, they're making contact, they're throwing the players down. So they're taking some energy off themselves and then giving that play away. Well, look, you can see just 10 metres from the line. It's not what Chris Chester wants.
Pelissier with the tap, and here is Remy Casti once more. He never shies away from a challenge, does the Catalan legend Casti. Pelissier, Lucas Albert, Gigo, Escaré. Escaré puts the brakes on in face of the Wildcats defenders. Here's Anthony Maria now, making the most of this opportunity. He's got to start a game. Taylor, ball over the top. It's still alive, and Escare will go back, and it's 0, back to 0, says the referee. After a Wakefield hand came in there, and then Casti puts the ball down, and he'll go back.
Well, credit the Wakefield defence. It was the free play, Bill. Credit the Wakefield defence. They put the same shape on that they scored the try, Catalan. Wakefield learned from the mistakes, dealt. There's the knock on, Stuart. Is that why it was a free play?
That's it.
Craig Hall.
Craig Hall in the air, yeah.
It's another big set of 6 here for Wakefield. Couple of penalties, couple of mistakes. Under pressure again, 10 metres from the line.
On the 10, Wakey, Catalan.
Wakefield have travelled reasonably well this season. 10 away, they've lost 6 of those. They've won at Hull KR, at Leeds, and at Widnes, and at Huddersfield. And look at Mikel Simon. That's a sad sight on his return to Perpignan in Wakefield colours, and he lasted under 2 minutes. Here comes Vincent Dupont.
One move!
Well, that's easier to defend for Wakefield when the ball's just shifted out wide through hands. No numbers on the inside. No change of direction like on that occasion.
Jason Baitieri fancies a bite of this Wildcats defence, and there's something happening off the ball involving Pellissier. Lucas Albert. Taylor has lost the ball with the line at his mercy.
Well, Wakefield, I'm not sure who it was who gets his body in front. It's Jacob Miller. So big Dave Taylor, like Barry said earlier on, playing on the edge, and he causes problems. And what he will do, because he's that big and powerful, he will run at some of the smaller players. And Jacob Miller, well, he was challenged, but he was certainly up for that challenge then.
Shake of the head from Dave Taylor, but he didn't keep control of the ball.
Well, there you can see the mismatch, Bill.
Where's your loose? Yeah.
The size of Taylor, the size of Jacob Miller. It's just a total mismatch, but on that occasion, Miller did all he needed to do.
And that's where Jacob Miller will lie heavily on his second rower. He's his bodyguard for the afternoon. He can't allow Dave Taylor to run at him. So Matty Ashurst and John Malloy have a big job to control Horrell and Taylor for the Dragons.
Just over a quarter of the game gone in the sweltering heat of Perpignan. 6 points apiece. You might have seen our feature ahead of the game last night about Jack Smith, the rugby league referee who's come from being a Royal Marine to referee in Super League. We've seen him once or twice. You can see more on that on demand on Sky Sports. The story of his amazing transformation, interesting transformation from a member of the services to serving the rugby league cause now, and not without his dramas. Wakefield coming up with the error there. The heat, obviously a factor in this. Scruton furious with himself.
Well, a couple of the Catalan players shooting the line and maybe overplaying here. Nick Scruton maybe having a look at Garcia in front of him, but they needed that penalty to get the ball away from their try line. And then on the very first play, when they get into decent field position, they make a mistake on the first tackle. And things like that really do hurt you. Even though they don't create try-scoring opportunity from that set, at least keep hold of the ball for 6 plays to help some of your bigger fellas out who may have been under pressure and they don't try line.
I completely agree, Tez, even though the offload was a clean offload and Nick Scruton does get his hands to it. You have to question whether it was the right option, bearing in mind it was tackle 1.
So Wakefield
Wakefield
into defensive mode, just inside their own house, their own half. Here is Fouad Yaha coming from his wing, looking for employment. Taylor stepping once more and then rumbling forward. David Taylor, and there is no stopping this guy when he gets on a roll, which he does, and dots down under the posts. Delighted with that, and Wakefield just had no answer to the power of the Catalan second rower, who goes over for his 6th try of the season to put the Catalan Dragons in front. And that was ominously easy for Dave Taylor.
Yeah, just too easy. Comes off the back of a quick play. The ball goes through some feeble attempts from if you're a Wakefield player, you wouldn't like to watch that again. He dummies to the referee, Chris Campbell. But look at the footwork. He's big and strong. He has a big right foot step, then a see you later in the face of a Wakefield player. But he just toys with him. Look, he's so big, he can play anywhere. He can play anywhere in the forwards, but also the skills that he has.
And those fans appreciate Dave Taylor.
And Chris Campbell just having a word, just get the ball down over the line when you're over there. Don't dummy me the bass.
Is that disrespecting the referee, Stuart?
Well, I've no idea why he would want to do anything like that, you know, certainly in the face of the referee. It just, does it not antagonise the referee in some way? Put the ball down.
Well, he put the ball down under the dots, and Wakefield's coaching contingent with something to think about now. They're really in control for the first quarter of the game, largely in control.
But that didn't help them. First play, get themselves a penalty away from the try line, they make a mistake.
Pat Richards makes no mistake, he adds the goal.
And Tinarona's actually left the field now. Lovely footwork, lovely balance, and that's what separates Dave Taylor from the other big men in the game. We've had big men in Super League before, but I don't think we've had one that's got as much pace, skill, ability and confidence. I've no idea what he's doing there.
The amazing thing is that they actually got an extra large shirt for him ahead of this season, the first one they'd ever had, and it still doesn't fit.
It still doesn't fit.
Move! Hold! Go!
So Catalan feeling a bit better about life, and they have got their act together in the last 10 minutes really. Gigo with the try, Taylor with the try, Richards goaling both of them, and Catalan lead by 12 points to 6.
They're just playing off the back of some powerful goal forward. Also been very disciplined.
Play on, play on, play on.
You can see that Horror, well, he gives himself up. He goes down, the referee says, yeah, play on. And there's another penalty.
Gotta get out of it.
Anthony
He should know
Tupu, the
better.
culprit.
Yeah, he should know better. Very experienced player, Anthony Tupu. David Fafita, they're on the field now for the Wildcats. They've got a lot of experience and should know how to handle players like Julian Bousquet, who at the minute are just trampling all over the defenders from Wakefield.
Here is Jason Baitieri now. Another penalty conceded, and more territory conceded from the Wildcats. Pelissier down the short side. Horror, and Horror for the third game in a row will score for the Catalan Dragons. And Justin Horror, a try scorer against Wigan, a try scorer against the Castleford Tigers, and now against the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. And Catalan just having a very hot spell in the heat of Perpignan at the moment. And that again was too easy.
Well, it's the third try in 10 minutes. They scored on 17 minutes, again on 24, and there's the latest one from Horror. Too easy. Too many Wakefield defenders lunging, grasping, chasing shadows. And the Catalan Dragons, 3 tries in the bank in 10 minutes. Full control of this match at this point.
And can Pat Richards make it 3 from 3? Justin Horror scored a try against Wakefield in that memorable Magic match. It's memorable for the Wildcats with that Miller drop goal. This could turn out to be not such a memorable occasion for Wakefield, who had such a good start to the game, but they seem to have dropped off.
But you can just trace everything back from the tries they conceded to penalties to mistakes. Giving up that field position is not helping Wakefield at present.
And Richards on target again. 3 from 3 for Pat Richards.
Well, Joe Rundle takes an outrageous dummy along with Max Jowett. They turn the hips towards the sideline, and as soon as he pumps this ball, he's gone. He's beat Rundle, then he beats Jowett. They're too busy just having a look at what's going to happen outside of them. Well, Justin Horror, when he goes at the line, he knows exactly what he's got going to do. And it's a good start for Catalan. And Wakefield, well, they need to get back in control. They started well, but they fell off in the last 10 minutes.
Pat Richards moving into 6 on Super League's all-time goal-kicking chart with the 3 goals he's landed in this one, overtaking Sean Long.
Hold it! Let's go, 1.
So another landmark for Pat Richards. There have been a lot of them
2, move, Scott!
in his
2,
career.
hold! Go.
Pelissier, who he's taken some stick apparently in Perpignan in the local media, and for recent performances, and some of the criticism has come from his own chairman after that Kurt Gidley tackle against Warrington when they were going in for a try. And I reckon it's got to Pelissier's game.
Well, some brain explosion, but well, I don't think that starting the game suits Pelissier. I like to see him coming off the bench when he causes problems. He gets some of the tired men towards the back end of the half. Well, he's asked to play a different role in this Catalan side, and maybe it just doesn't suit him early on.
Jowett took that one well because he's got the sun searing into his face.
It's going to be an interesting set of 6 now here for Wakefield. I'm sure some of the outside backs will come in and help the forwards out.
Reece Lynn plays the ball. They'll get a lot of pleasure out of that, will the Wildcats, as Chris Campbell penalises Catalan for the first time in some time.
And if you're a Wakefield forward, well, you thank your lucky stars now that you don't have to bring the ball away from your own half, and what you have to do is make sure that you keep hold of this ball a good couple of early charges and give Jacob Miller and give Liam Finn something to play off. Here goes Fafita.
Is he as close as anybody's got to a David Taylor? David Fafita.
Well, he certainly made an impact, hasn't he? We watched him in that Huddersfield Cup game, and he tore Huddersfield Giants to bits. The enemy for the Dragons. I said they were in control of this match. It's 18-6, but this is the Catalan Dragons we're watching. They have a tendency to self-implode.
Hold with me, LR, 3. Hold it.
And they are under pressure at the moment after that penalty.
Be the tackle, Dave. Move, Dave.
4, move.
Tirona plays the ball. Here's Scott Moore. That looked marginally forward, but it's the 5th tackle, says the referee.
They play it.
And sorry, there go the pictures from Perpignan briefly. We're back with them.
When you get in decent field position, make sure you have some attacking shape and some numbers. Nobody can't afford anybody to be walking. There's a mistake from Catalan. So it's another set of 6 for Wakefield here. Chris Campbell right on the spot to award that decision.
Let's pack it down, fellas. Come on.
We haven't talked too much about Liam Finn, possibly because territorially he hasn't had the advantage. He hasn't been able to put some pressure, apply the pressure. He's got one of the best kicking games in the league on his day, Liam Finn, but he needs that field position. And those big dogs, they're in charge of getting into the right end of the pitch.
Second roll loose.
Having trouble with the signal from Perpignan. Apologies. Hopefully.
Well, Catalan just
stay there.
Sorry, Bill. Catalan just slowing the game down here.
And you, Wakefield. Yeah, hold the line.
Wakefield obviously want to get on with it as quick as they can.
And they're trying to capitalise on that error from Escaré.
Hold it. Just
half an hour gone. Finn. Short pass. Arona now.
2 on the line. 2 away.
He goes down. All sorts going on there, and Malloy is over. And Wakefield do hit back. Great response from the Wildcats. And the error, well, they took full advantage of it. And Johnny Malloy gets his 2nd try of the season.
Well, Scott Moore, he's facing one way, so he's telling some lies. Again with his hips are facing towards the sticks. Arona fighting to play the ball, gets up, it's quickly, and a nice clean pass from Scott Moore from dummy half to John Malloy, who comes onto the ball strong. And well, Willie Mason is not happy. They've let Wakefield back into the game, and it could just be about that field position, couldn't it?
I was just going to say that, sorry Tess. Sometimes possession is more important than position, but I feel on a day like this, with conditions being as they are, you need that ball as far away from your try line as possible, because it's too difficult to concentrate and focus every second of the game. So if and when you just relax for a second, the closer to your line, the bigger the consequences of that memory lapse are.
Liam Finn to narrow the gap for the Wildcats, which he does. Bang on target is Finn. Nearly 900 goals and 2,300 points in his career, Liam Finn.
Well, Tenerone, he has 4 players around him. Scott Moore, as he's done all the way through his career, he's assessed the situation, scoops the ball off to Johnny Malloy, who's running hard and strong, and that's the latest try. Second try of the game to the Wildcats.
And like what Catalan did earlier on, they pick out Dave Taylor picks out a halfback. That's exactly what John Malloy did. Runs straight at the youngster Lucas Albert. Defending close to line, it was going to be difficult to stop that man.
Catalan playing their final home game of the regular season.
One move!
They've got a record at the Stade Gilbert Brutus of 7 wins and 3 defeats. Hull, Warrington and Wigan, the sides to have won in Perpignan this season. But they haven't looked as formidable as we've seen them before on their own turf, the Catalan Dragons.
They look like they can win this game, but it's just, I think their attitude is the question I've got. Are they prepared to roll the sleeves up, do the hard stuff, or do they just want to outscore their opponents?
Fafita gets the pass away. It's a loose one, but Ashurst keeps it alive. Skip back infield. And still they're going.
They look forward, them 2 passes.
Not afraid to chance their arm.
It's a good set from Wakefield, this.
On the last. And it's a good kick as well, and Escaré will come across and gather. And look at that, great chase.
Great defence. Deserves the rewards.
That's attitude, that, isn't it, Jacob Miller?
The attitude looks better in the Wildcats players, even though they're behind on the scoreboard. And they've had the energy dip. It was from this offload, a bit scrappy, a bit messy, or from an offload from Fafita.
Carries the ball well though, Fafita, scatters a few of the Catalan players. Gets on his front, and then from that drive, from the kickoff, they'll lose that set, Catalan. So then Wakefield are playing on the front foot, and Jacob Miller pops up on the right, drops it onto his boot, one of the final play of the set, and comes up with a big chase, putting pressure on that man, Morgan Escaré.
You just sense that when both sets of players feel like they can have a break, they do. Difficult conditions. Take your breaks, take your rest.
Keep it low, Cat.
Breathe it in when you can.
Life's philosophy. Here come the Wildcats, and here is Fafita. There is a Taylor-esque quality to him. His brother Andrew played for New South Wales in Origin this week, had an eventful game.
In the tackle there, we're going to get done on a short side here.
2, move there! 2,
Arona.
2, hold.
Fuck!
Here they come again.
3, we meet, Dave, we meet, hold for 3.
Wakefield with their tails up. Scott Moore. Finn, quick hands, great work.
That's a good ball from Liam Finn. He was under pressure then.
On the line, Willie.
Matty Ashurst was stopped just short. Moore, maybe fancying it. Miller puts a little grubber kick in. Oh, there's bodies diving in there. Bill Tupou, I think, was one of them.
I think he got there first, Bill, but I don't feel like he got it down. He doesn't give the impression he's confident enough.
6.
And then does it come off Policia as well?
Well, the referee's awarded the goal line dropout, so he doesn't think that there's been a touch by Wakefield there, so looks like he's got that one correct, so it'll be a goal line dropout.
Does well to recover as well, Jacob Miller. That pass was going behind him. He catches the pass, it's a clean catch, and then he just all of a sudden pulls it back in and just drops it onto his boot.
And good skill from Liam Finn as well, under enormous pressure, just tips the ball on. Wakefield keep possession and force this goal line dropout.
So it's good work from Wakefield, because Catalan scored those back-to-back tries, and Wakefield really did seem to be creaking, but they've come back into this well. That ball says referee Chris Campbell has gone forward.
There you go.
Another try, and Craig Hall will claim it. Chris Campbell, he's a man of his word. He said play on. There's no referral to the video referee. Morgan Escaré making a terrible mess of that.
I do believe that they're lucky there, Wakefield, but you make your own luck when you get in the frame. And Craig Hall, the man for unconventional tries. When teams and coaches talk about playbooks, he has no playbook, that fella. He just does the first thing that comes into his mind. He kicks that ball, chases hard, picks it up and scores a meat pie for the Wildcats.
Stewart. Chris Campbell, he'd made his mind up. There was no need to go to the video ref.
Absolutely no need. You know, pass from the play, the ball went backwards, goes to ground, kicked on. Everybody's onside. He knows that. You know, confident to give the try. Well done.
Yeah, no wonder referee's going to back himself, and nothing wrong with that. Craig Hall, well, I'm sure they'll say that they played for this. The loose offload, but Craig Hall jogging on the spot, follows that ball out, and isn't this a pressure kick now?
And that's a great try for Craig Hall, because it's taken him to a career 700 points. And now Liam Finn, who's got 3 times as many points in his career, over 3 times as many points, to bring the scores level. And the way Catalan were going forward, you wouldn't have envisaged that happening quite so rapidly.
Not until the last 4 games, and obviously the doubts now in their minds. I'm sure the fans will be getting on the back of the players.
Finn is on target. The Wildcat supporters who've made the journey to south of France enjoying this.
Well, there's the offload from Anthony Tupu, and Craig Hall. He can come up with some magical plays. He has done during his career, and he just pushes up, and that man Lauren Freshen, who knows that he's gifted Wakefield a couple of tries and let them back into the game, and they'll go into the changing rooms at half-time full of confidence, knowing that they pulled the game back, they've answered all those questions, and in the second half they will have the sun behind them. Get through this set of 6, and let's get into the sheds, and let's discuss our game plan and what we set out and our goals are going to be.
Willie Mason is on for the final flourish in this first half.
Might be on to settle it down, Bill. That might be his job brief.
Ian Fafita sharing a joke there, I think, after that play the ball.
You don't need to overplay here now if you're a Wakefield player.
Oh, it's good defence from Catalan. They've forced the knock on.
There's the open door. As Tez said, a clean, not necessarily quick set of 6 would have been the order of the day.
You need a scrum half.
Well, Chris Campbell can't stop the clock because of what, Stuart?
Well, they had 6 players packed, but they didn't have a scrum half, so you know you've got to be ready to pack the scrum. And if you haven't got a scrum half, there's nobody there, so there's nobody there to feed the scrum. So they have to have all 7 players there ready, and as soon as they did, he called time off.
Well, they've got
time's off.
40 seconds to try and turn the tide here.
Thank you. Stay onside. Heads in, second ball loose. Elwar, head in.
Well, interesting set of 6 here defensively for Wakefield.
Here's Justin Horrow, one of the try scorers in this first half for the Catalan Dragons.
Hold with me, Scott. Hold it. Hold
Last 30 seconds. Assuming the French timekeepers are on the same wavelength is Romain Navarrete, who's come off the bench for the Dragons. Taylor now. Taylor over the top to Fouad Yaha. Did he have a foot in touch? No try. I think we can hear the referee say it was a forward pass.
Well, Dave Taylor has chipped the ball forward. He throws the ball over the top. It's left to him to come up with the plays. Running out of time going to the half-time. And Dave Taylor goes at the line. The defence is running up.
Oh, that is a harsh call.
That ball is passed backwards. It's passed back out of his hands, but because of the height and the length of the pass, it drifts forward. That's the momentum taking the ball forward.
And Dave Taylor just remonstrating with the referee there. There's the ball over the top. That's no way could that be forward.
Well, the toucher isn't in a good position there. He's actually behind Dave Taylor anyway when he passes the ball.
18 points apiece. Catalan furious with that decision. The crowd furious as well. But Wakefield have come back well into this game. They led early on. They endured a Catalan flurry of points, and they've hit back to level the scores. In Perpignan, it's been a lively first 40 minutes. 18 points apiece. Catalan feeling hard done by with that try from Fouad Yaha, disallowed just before the half-time hooter. But they've got to get their minds back on the game. Wow, some great hairstyles that end of the ground. Is this a David Fafita tribute look?
It looks what the direction is from both coaches in this second half. There he is, David Fafita. The big, powerful former Cronulla forward.
Hold, Willie.
Straight at Dave Taylor as well, Bill.
Here's Ashurst now. Matty Ashurst has stopped in his tracks by Fuad Yaha's tackle.
Go.
And Wakefield, you'd think of the two sides, would be feeling better about life, because they looked as though they might be on the receiving end for a while, but they've turned it round well.
Hold it.
Well, class-wise, I'm sure Wakefield won't mind being underdogs in this game, and to still be in with a shout. 18-all, making a break as we speak. By rights, going to the home of the Catalan Dragons. They shouldn't be in with a shout, but nobody's told the Wildcats who's supposed to win this game.
Well, the Wakefield Wildcats aren't under any pressure. Hull Kingston Rovers' defeat by Hull FC on Thursday night has ensured they finish in the top 8. Catalan, though, are under pressure from a side who looked as though they could take top spot as a kick goes up, and Escaré pouches that one. A good start to the second half from the fullback, who can be erratic as we've seen. But Catalan under pressure going into this one. St Helens breathing down their necks. And Saints playing Huddersfield on Sunday. Rick Stone's first game in charge for the Giants. Escaré got a clatter there.
Well, there's a couple of sides in the top 4 that are losing some games, dropping some points, just letting other teams take over them. And Catalan, well, they could be in danger if Saints win tomorrow of even dropping out of that top 4, whilst Wakefield looking to finish 6th.
Here is Julian Bousquet off the bench, just turned 25.
Scott with me.
Pelissier
5 and last.
on the last. It's Taylor who puts a chip kick over the top. That's just going to be too strong. It's not. It's a great kick, and Taylor follows it up.
It is a good kick. It turns out to be a good kick, but I'm sure you said in the first 10 minutes or so, it's not Dave Taylor's job. We know he's got a big skill set. We know he can provide passes and offloads and kicks when needed, but he shouldn't be the go-to person. Albert and Gigot, they need to step up. We've talked about attitude. If Catalan get the minds on the job, they could run away with this game. But because of the dogged determination of the Wildcats, they're still in with a shout. They'll defend the line, and we'll see what results from it.
Just saw a replay of that tackle on Morgan Escaré, Stuart.
Yeah, it was a high tackle by Scott Moore, wasn't it? But I don't think it's anything more than a high tackle.
Stay behind,
it would have been a penalty there, but they'll probably appreciate this field position.
Yes, they've got another set of 6 within sight of the line. Oh, what a great run by Navarrete.
He runs hard, doesn't he, Navarrete? Picks out Scott Moore, and Scott Moore didn't back down either.
Full of that, Willie Mason.
Move to me. Hold it.
That's what you call getting your body in front.
We've got some good contenders this week for the Big 8s.
Here is Bousquet and Catalan
on the line.
looking to start the second half on a positive note. Pelissier, and it's Navarrete who's over the line. He's short, says the referee.
Oh, it would have been nice for him as well, because he started it, didn't he?
Hold it.
Referee Chris Campbell had a good view of that. Pelissier wheels away. Here is Taylor now, ball in one hand. 3 of them to stop him. 4.
5 and last, Scott,
and still looking to offload the ball.
On your line. 5 and last, play the ball, Dave.
Taylor and Chris Campbell's relationship is not improving. Albert kicks across field, it's too deep.
Quick,
diffused by Reece Lynn.
Yeah, no pressure on Reece Lynn then. He's going for a quick tap here. Goes back to the centre of the 20, then looks to attack.
One move, Catalan.
A Catalan line that's not quite set. Next 12 metres with that carry. And here's Joe Rundle now.
2 with me and hold, Dave, hold.
So Wakefield withstanding that particular attack on their line.
It's Jowett.
That's Jowett who's in trouble there.
And you can hear some of the Catalan players shouting energy. We need that in defence.
Sure, mate.
Make sure we keep them down here. It was a big, tough collision. He takes the second play, picks out Pelissier and picks out Navarrete. The big interchange forward.
It's the ball carrying arm which makes me think that first impact on Elwar Pelissier was where the damage was done. There's the big challenge and run by remain Navarrete. Well, Scott Moore, he didn't remain, and I don't think he wants any more.
Max Jarrett with the shoulder problem. Romain Navarrete once of Hemel Stags for a short spell in 2014. And for Lemieux under Carl Tomata, the former London Broncos player.
It looks like the shoulder has just jolted back, maybe an AC jar in the shoulder. That's the reason they're going through all the rotation checks, make sure it's not sublux, make sure it's still in the socket.
A pause in play, a chance to congratulate
Willie, come on,
one of the Catalan backroom team. Ricky Wilby,
that's his second time on.
Familiar figure around the Catalan camp, got married in Canet on yesterday to Natasha, and all the Catalan players went down to the seaside to help them celebrate. I hope they weren't celebrating last night as well. Wakefield could be celebrating here. Anthony Tupou with the run. Well done, Ricky and Natasha. Oh, that's a great ball. Back on the inside. This is good work from the Wildcats, and Catalan scrambling to defend.
And appealing for the forward pass as well. The Catalan players.
On the last. Miller. Pellissier can't get a hold of him. It's still on the last, says the referee. Finn puts a little grubber kick in. It's a good kick. And Richards nowhere to go.
Excellent kick. I talked about the kicking game of Liam Finn, but Jacob Miller did incredibly well. When he received the ball, he looked up, glanced over to his right. There's the pass on the left edge. When they came over to the right edge, he glanced to see all of his kick chase team was in front. He pulled it back in, gave it to Liam Finn, and a lovely little dink through.
This was a brilliant ball, wasn't
it? He ran forward, committed defenders. If you can develop the ability to run and then pass instead of run or pass as a forward, then you're going to go pretty well in this game.
Willie Mason catching his breath.
He's only been on about 6 minutes.
Yeah, he come on 2 minutes before half time. Obviously there's a problem with him. He's leaving the pitch.
It's like an ankle problem. Jean-Claude Pignol, the veteran physio, there to tend to him. And Anthony Maria, I think it is, who'll come off the bench to replace the veteran Australian. Goal line drop out then from Richards, and it's Reece Lynn who retrieves it.
They need some decent push. Whoever's carrying the ball now, like they did on the previous set when Tupou sent forward his teammate Arona, just push up in support, keep offering yourself. Here goes Fafita across the face, getting away, trying to get away from Dave Taylor.
Fascinating tussle those two are having. Scott Moore has had a lively game. Scott Moore, good work from him.
Well, he's targeted Dave Taylor, and Dave Taylor looks like he's blowing a bit now.
Moore once more. It's with Malloy, first half try scorer for the Wildcats. 4 tackles gone. Catalan on their line. Finn toying with them and intercepted by Taylor, and I'm not sure he's got the legs, but Escaré might have. Escaré darting this way and that. Eventually he's tackled.
Well, he didn't fancy it, Dave Taylor, did he, after about 5 metres?
Got to get away quicker. Get away quicker.
Don't like that. Gigot appealing for 10. You don't need to see that, do you?
Well, it's a clear break, and the Wakefield defence aren't back. I think they're lucky not to be down a man there.
But you don't want to see players gesticulating at the referee. Not at all.
Not at all. The ref can see it. Let him do his job. Let him take control. But the Dave Taylor from Liam Finn. He didn't have to move, Dave Taylor. That was a great ball. Morgan Escaré, good footwork, good balance from the youngster.
Well, the penalty puts Catalan in a good position, waiting for the first score of this second half.
On the line, 1.
Anthony Maria plays the ball. Lucas Albert thought he'd open up an opportunity, but Tupou managed to shut the door. Pellissier, short pass from him. Busquet is held, says the referee, right on the try line. Pellissier gets the ball away. Gigot looking for his second of the game, gets the pass out to Busquet. Busquet will try again. Wakefield defending well here.
Yeah, and good defence yet again from Wakefield.
Held up for 4. Take it back 10. 4.
You've got another player here that they must defend.
Hold the line. Hold it. 4.
18 points apiece. Catalan desperate for the win to stop this run of poor results. Taylor just clung onto that. In fact, he's lost the ball. And it's the free play, says the referee.
Well, first of all, Billy was looking to kick the ball, then he offloads the ball.
And Miller has got away. Now Craig Hall. Hall bounces back infield. And that's a good counter from the Wildcats.
It's gone 10.
And look at this from Tupu. And Bill Tupu is going to catch him cold. What a try from the Wildcats on the free play originally. And Bill Tupu gets his second try of the season. And what a counter that was from the Wildcats to reclaim the lead in Perpignan. And you can trace it all the way back to Catalan losing possession.
Yeah, well, Dave Taylor, he's the man who offloads the ball with 3 or 4 players on him, and the transition from defence to attack. And Tupu, he gets on the back of Craig Hall's quick play of the ball. And look at that, he's not waiting around, because all he's thinking is, if I get out here to beat the markers, I get going forward, the next play after mine can really help my teammates. But then he spots the gap. He spots that the Catalan players have not congested around the ruck. That space, that gap is there. Well, and that's a big play from Wakefield.
It's been a minute, Ben.
And Catalan, they look devastated behind their own try line. Bill Tupu with the try.
They look tired, Bill. You just see Martin Clausen. He's the strength and conditioner for the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. He's done his work, because these Wakefield players, they look fit and energetic at the minute. Clogger, as he's known in the game, he'll take great pride in where the players are at the minute.
Wakefield, of course, with a Challenge Cup semi-final to look forward to against the Warrington Wolves in a couple of weeks. Not been in the greatest of form in recent weeks, but they're looking good here.
Well, this is great pace from Tupu, who backs himself. And he can't get nowhere near him, Fuad Yaha, who's no shortage of pace himself. And this is a lesson to the Catalan Dragons. Sort your attitude out. Concentrate and focus on your role and responsibility. There needs to be some clarity. Who is doing what? Dave Taylor is a fabulous player, but if he's holding the ball out in front of him, do I kick, do I pass, I can do what I want, basically. He might get his fingers burnt.
Well, Wakefield haven't won in Perpignan since 2011, when they won 38 points to 14. Frankie Mariano got 2 tries on his debut. That's a goal line dropout. Stuart, what's occurring?
Well, it said there's a knock-on by the player trying to catch the ball. It's this one here. He does touch it, goes forward. Correct decision.
Mate, knock on. Touch your hands.
Max Jowett. So they've scored 4 tries, Wakefield. And then what happens then? They've made 2 mistakes from the kickoff.
Yeah, time's off.
He does his best, Tinarone. He tries to put his feet in the field of play before he catches the ball. And initially the referee said play on, but a call from the touch judge just corrected him. Great dropout. Good stuff. Wakefield, again, similar to the first half. They've dominated the first 10 minutes. They can get some points on the board. They're in with a real shout.
Dave
taking the competition points.
Dave Taylor's been taken off. Romain Navarrete is back on.
2, move, Jason!
Some of the bigger forwards have been struggling.
The
Catalan.
Horro.
3 away! To me and Hall for 3, Andrew. 3.
Here's Lynn making the tackle on Lucas Albert.
Yeah, comes in, closes that play down.
Oh, Escaré. His confidence is not high. The ball's gone backwards. Gigo fields it.
Well, Jacob Miller again on Remy Casti.
This is 4, isn't it?
No one's breaking the line.
4!
You have a little look along the defensive line for Wakefield. There's just a blue wall.
Oh, Gigo's clutching his wrist there. Could be a very costly afternoon for the Catalan Dragons.
When they're tipping the ball onto one of the teammates, they're just tipping it on in the face of a defender, which makes it really difficult for the man who's attempting to catch the ball.
1, release it!
Catalan getting numbers in here on Scott Moore.
Hold it!
Played disciplined here. Again, the outside backs. Just the speed set, nice and easy, away from the ruck. Take it away from the tight 3 defenders.
Hold it! Go.
Catalan have
Fifita.
Held for 3! Catalan, move! Jacob, get up for 3! He's trapped in, you trapped him in, get off him!
Treatment on the sidelines.
She will need plenty of oil to rub on those calves, won't she?
Release
My
it!
word. We'll just see, again, a legacy of the conditions. Very
Find the
hot,
last.
very humid.
Away.
A little bit of cramp, plenty of water, and take the rest when you can.
Outside the 40.
Wildcats on a 3-match losing sequence in Super League. They should have won at Wakefield actually last week against the 12 men out. Sean O'Loughlin was sent off. Catalan.
They're not easy beats, Wakefield, and that's sometimes
away for 2 to me.
the great strength. Teams underestimate them because the names that are playing aren't necessarily household names. They're just a good, strong
Wakefield
unit.
Away for 3.
They work hard together, don't they?
Go.
Well, they lead by 24 points to 18.
4, Liam!
Having to do some defensive work here, Duport,
pushed it out,
and there was hands in there from a Wakefield player.
Yeah, Jason Walton, the man who gets tangled up in the tackle.
Push the ball out, fellas.
And when they started to lose the battle in the first half, it was because of the mistakes and the penalties. And then when they play
there we are, Wakey,
a bit more clinically, they don't make those mistakes, don't give those penalties away.
Keep it low.
6-3 the penalty count at the minute. Wakefield can't afford to keep handing over possession. Keep the discipline.
1 away! Move away, Nick!
Scruton wrestling Jason Baitieri to the ground. And Wakefield under pressure once more. Under pressure, but can they withstand it? Lucas Albert darting his way across the field from one side to the other. Here's Duport. Duport trying to bump off Reece Lynn, but that's good defence from the Wildcats again.
Well, did Duport have a 2-on-1 then?
Should he have linked up with Pat Richards?
3!
Justin Horro, 3 tackles gone.
All for 3.
Felicia. Here's Anthony Maria now. He is over the try line. Can he get the ball down? No, again.
For 4.
Good work.
Bill, I'm going to answer your question. I think yes, he should. And we've been at games when we've watched Catalan.
Get off him, 4.
And Pat Richards seems a little bit frustrated. I'm not sure he feels he's getting the service that he needs. If he gets an early ball after that break, as we see, Maria, who gets over the line and fails to get the ball down. If he gets an early pass, you'd back Pat Richards to finish those chances. And certainly Vincent Duport, robust centre that he is, his distribution is sometimes questionable.
Gigot. Oh, and again the ball goes to ground. And the referee surely will bring him back.
Yeah, but Joe Arundel, again, even when they're caught out, you'll see teams in Super League where once the centre, if you centre, your outside man jams in, your winger's got to go with him. Joe Arundel comes in, he gets in the eye line of the Catalan player. As Gigot passes this ball to Morgan Escaré, he's more intent on looking on what the Wakefield defender's doing. He takes his eye off the ball, and that's a defensive win for Wakefield. They miss some opportunities, Catalan, but you've got to credit the defence.
Look at that shadow creeping over the Gilbert Brutus pitch.
Heads in, pack it down, Scott.
They're in the shady end of the ground at the moment.
It's out.
And they're doing some good defensive work at the Wildcats. Here's Joe Arundel, very experienced player now.
Hold with me for 1, move!
Still only 24 years of age, but he's on his 8th club. And Remy Casty's claiming he was held there as he tried to get away.
There's a lot of frustration now creeping into the Catalan players. Remy Casty screams at himself, knows that they've let Wakefield off the hook. They've had them trapped near their own try line. They're behind on the scoreboard by 6 points. And Wakefield are the ones that seem to be growing in confidence.
Here we are, 1. Go.
Then Garcia with the tackle. He's had a quiet game, the Catalan player who went to Penrith. Didn't get a first-team game at Penrith, but got more experience before returning to the club. Miller, short pass from him.
3,
Ashurst.
move away, 3. Hold
Crowd suspect that was forward. Right in front of that popular stand.
4, L1, away for 4.
Well, every time Wakefield have the ball, they're asking questions.
They fancy more points to the Wildcats. They're coming up the middle of the field now with Jason Walton, and Walton bursting through.
Good strong carry from
Release
Walton.
him, Anthony. 5,
Centre field split here.
Anthony Maria trying to delay that play. The ball's gone to ground. Play on, says the referee. It's a knock on though by Scruton.
Yeah, mistake. from Scott Moore. He gets out from dummy half, thinks that he spots somebody, a weakness in the defensive line, and Pelissier makes a play for that ball, does he, Stuart?
I think he does, on 2 occasions.
When you're ready.
I think they're lucky to get away with that one.
What a way, Scott!
Sorry, Bill, it's still a good place to turn the ball over, isn't it?
Catalan won at Wakefield, 42-28. Early in March, then lost that thriller at the Magic Weekend in May. And at the moment they are trailing by 24 points to 18, but here goes Fouad Yaha, this big burly wingman. And eventually Catalan are stopped. The progress is stopped.
Oh, that looked forward.
Here's Justin Horro.
4, Jason, move! 4, we may, Ken, 4.
Coming up to the hour mark. Here's Baitieri. Jason Walton and Liam Finn with the tackle.
Oh, we mean Max!
Walton having a good run of form in the side on a one-year deal at the moment. On the last now. Little grubber kick from Albert. Oh, and Escaré is there! And Escaré seizes the ball as it bounced up in front of him. The kick from Lucas Albert. And Morgan Escaré, who's had a checkered game, comes up with a crucial try for the Catalan Dragons.
Well, after the break from Fouad Yaha, a couple of passes, a couple of low-risk plays, put them into this field position, and it's been a quiet afternoon for Lucas Albert, but he has lovely little touches like that. He shades and fades to go over to his right, kicks it back again against the grain, and the fullback, who gratefully picks that ball up, slams it down, looks to the skies in relief. I think frustration is riddled through this team. A lot of the Dragons players, they're not having a good afternoon, they're not enjoying their day's work, and whether they get the points or not, they won't be happy with how they performed. Wakefield Trinity Wildcats are still in this game.
Well, kick to come to bring the Dragons back level, in fact. Escaré getting his 5th try of the season.
Wasn't it a good run from Fouad Yaha, though, to set up that field position, get the ball away from his try line into Wakefield's half.
Pat Richards
Stay still,
hasn't missed so far.
Time's on.
And that stays the case.
And Lucas Albert gets the field position where he wants to attack from this run. Fouad Yaha, big and strong over the top of Jacob Miller, who's defended really well. But Da Costa with the long pass to Albert. As soon as that long ball goes out, Wakefield players start over-chasing. And because they over-chase, there's a gap in the middle of the park where Morgan Escaré just pushes up and gives his support to his teammate. Some of the inside defenders from Wakefield had clocked off, and that's where the gap come along.
So we're level again, 24 points apiece. Oh, look at that from Justin Horro, and Wakefield have it back. Another kick-off calamity.
3rd one in this game.
And then they'll go back. That was the free play.
Well, Scott Moore, I don't know whether he thought, well, no, we'll go back to the scrum and we'll come up with an attacking play from a set piece, or whether he actually thinks, I can get the ball to an outside back.
I think he just thinks, I've got the ability, I've got the freedom, I'll just fling it anywhere. And a mistake from Catalan Dragons. I was going to pay credit to the break and the decision to keep hold of it from Fouad Yaha, and Horro drops that ball and the possession goes to Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. But
stay on, heads in,
we're maybe
ball,
overlooking it. It's not the best
Wakefield,
performance from the Catalan Dragons, but there are 13 French players in attendance in the shirts of the Dragons today.
And the sun, of course, could be a factor in that. Catalan looking into that
the
Mediterranean sunshine.
Hands.
Yeah, sweaty, clammy palms.
Yep.
Well, Wakefield looking to capitalise on that then.
Hold with me for 2.
There have been quite a number of errors in this game, but it's kept it close.
3, release
Dufour with the tackle.
3 on the line.
He needed to make that as well because they had numbers on the right.
Miller didn't like that. Round the throat. Finn takes it from his toes.
4, move away.
4 tackles gone. Can Catalan survive this bit of pressure from the Wildcats?
Go.
Here is Finn once more. Finn checks. And that's the fifth tackle.
Catalan, release.
It'll be down to Jacob Miller now to kick this ball. Liam Finn caught and play.
Here is Miller. Miller puts a little grubber kick in. Oh, Nescare watched that one go by. It's a good job for him that Lucas Albert was alert. And here goes young Lucas Albert. He's away from one, but Scott Moore comes back to make the tackle.
He's a good player, isn't he, Lucas Albert? Just 18 years of age. Love it when young players back themselves. And Remy Casti following up the youngster with a strong carry. He learns his side of penalty.
And that's what they can do. It's from the kick, from broken play. The young halfback picks it up, gets 25 metres, plays the ball, and then the experienced Remy Casti, he trundles it forward and forces a penalty. Here we go. He has confidence. He backs himself. We've seen that on a few occasions. It's the detail of this game that's let them down so far, the Dragons.
He committed to the causes, Remy Casti.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
You're out.
And because it was a quick play, the ball from the youngster,
Gone back.
he just gets at that defender who's going back, who can't get set, earns the penalty.
Jason Baitieri, the Wakefield players stood and watched there, anticipating the referee's whistle for a knock-on. Chris Campbell said it had gone back, and Jason Baitieri almost sort of sidled through the defence. Albert, little sidestep from him, but good work from Jason Walton to stop his progress. Horro. Here is Julian Busquet. Busquet gets it away to Anthony Maria. Maria's pass finds the aforementioned Casti.
Move away!
Just hits a hard line every time he carries the ball, Remy Casti.
Alrix da Costa. Gigo. And little chip kick. Oh, not a good one from Lucas Albert, and it's straight into the arms of Joe Arundel.
Yeah, it wasn't the best from Lucas Albert, looking to kick the ball over the Wakefield defender's head. Was Reece Lynn's in trouble here. Julian Busquet had him in his sights then.
Wakefield hoping that Catalan will just get caught out again. Another chance to watch Jack Smith, the story of Jack Smith, who's gone from being a member of the Royal Marines to a member of the Rugby League refereeing fraternity. And it's quite a story, and it's available now on demand and on Sky Go.
Get up, Andrew.
Well, I'm sure the Catalan Dragons will be guarding that halfway line with their lives. If you remember Jacob Miller's dramatic drop goal near the end of the match, it was virtually from the halfway. Scott Moore out from dummy half. Almost lost the tackle count, but he manages to get the kick away.
Richards fielded that, and you can see from Pat Richards' look on his face. The sun it's setting, of course, in Perpignan, and that's a problem for the Dragons, and one that the Wildcats could capitalise in the final quarter of this game. 25-24 at St James's Park. 24 on here at the moment. I think we need a few more points than one, though.
I think there's another try or two in this game, though.
Well,
that means it's going to be a one-pointer. Here's Horro. Alrix da Costa. Had problems at hooker. The Dragons. Paul Ayton has hardly been seen this season. Oh, they've gone for one already. It's Escaré. Wide of the target.
Well, there you go. About 15 minutes to go. Catalan going for this 1 point to Morgan Escaré. Just pulls it wide.
Keep it low, Catalan.
Wow.
I beg your pardon, it was Tony Gigo. It was a long shot. Bit early to be trying that.
Well, it perhaps is the best way to go, because as we get into the last 4 or 5 minutes, everybody's setting up for a drop goal. The Catalan Dragons and Tony Gigo think, well, let's get one now and hope that we score a try or two to back it up.
The crowd hushed. As Reece Lynn anxious, I think, indeed.
Pensive.
Is this a strip here? Is this a penalty?
Wakefield. Hands out.
Yeah. Penalty here to Wakefield. Well, Reece Lynn, Vince Dupont, you can see the strip. There's 2 men in the tackle, maybe 3.
That's ridiculous.
If you count Da Costa.
That's ridiculous. How he thinks he's going to get away with that, I do not know.
Liam.
And the reason why teams will go for 1 point with 15 minutes to go is because there's desperation in the last 5 minutes, because you switched on, you know that the opposition, with time running out, is going to go for the drop goal. So maybe now you get a bit more time to kick that ball under no pressure.
Well, it's a good opportunity if that's what Wakefield have got in mind. They're well placed here
to get
into position, but they know they can find a way through this Catalan defence.
We meet Morgan.
Scruton.
2. Go.
Scott Moore pointing the way, and Finn goes in that direction. Here's Miller now, comes back towards the middle of the field. Jacob Miller, dancing feet. And then he turns around. Hang on a minute, he's going around in circles.
Catalan.
That'd run away from me if you're a forward from Catalan.
Back on the inside for Fita. Held up right on that try line. And they're going for it, and they are over. It's Mike Seo who's got the try under the posts. One was not enough for the Wildcats. And Michael Seo finishing off. And up top, Laurent Frazinou, a frustrated man, sending signals down. You can just see Glenn Stewart down below him, another one of the missing contingent.
Yeah, Glenn Stewart and Todd Carney, 2 players who aren't playing this game. But Michael Seo, all good hookers will want somebody to hit a good line. And I think it's Da Costa who misses the play. The setup for Fita attracting 3 defenders from Catalan. The Catalan players can't put him to ground, they can't put him to ground. And Michael Seo spots that, he comes onto a quick play, the ball hits a line, gets rid of Da Costa and scores a try.
Got a minute, Ben.
So Michael Seo with his 6th try of this season. One of the previous ones was at St James's Park in that 25-24 win, and the Wildcat supporters sensing the first win for their side in Perpignan since 2011 could be on the cards. Finn to extend the lead. And what a tonic this will be for Chris Chester's troops. Already secure in the Super 8s. Look at that sun. Look at that sun.
Well, it's the Catalan players who look drained. They look like the conditions are lacking and robbing them of energy. Michael Seo, no finesse. I don't think when Chris Chester sat his team down said, well, this is what we're going to do. Todd Carney, who's missing today, Glenn Stewart, would just see him at the bottom of the screen. They'd love those 2 players out. One to take control of the attack, the other one to take control of the defence. That is a big foot.
Catalan Dragons 24, Wakefield Wildcats 30. How many of those have we had in this game?
That's the 4th one. That's the 4th mistake. And teams scoring tries have made a mistake in the next set of 6. This is what you need to concentrate and focus. It's a must-complete set of 6 when you score a try. You're all running, you congratulate your teammate who scored. You then watch the goal kick and knock over the 2 points. You think, yep, we've got 6 points to put yourself under pressure in these situations.
St Helens play Huddersfield tomorrow. St Helens in 5th place, breathing down the necks of the Catalan Dragons and still hoping that they can overhaul them in the table. Well, they'll be willing the Wildcats on here, will the Saints. Here is Jason Baitieri, and as ever, driving it into the heart of the Wildcats' defence.
And Nick Scruton pushing him over the line. Just making sure he holds him up. And the reason why that is because you give your defensive line more space to defend.
So can Catalan capitalise?
3, move,
Wakefield with some defending to do here. They're on their own try line. Busquet clutching at that.
4, move, Wakefield.
Almost got away from him.
On the line.
Nerves here, sweaty palms. Da Costa gets the ball out of that scramble.
Interference, mate. He's grabbed his leg, tries to grab him.
And they get the penalty.
Was it Scott Moore who's on the floor who penalises, who gets penalised for trying to interfere, pull back Da Costa?
Yeah. Let's go, let's go.
Catalan just working out how they're going to approach this. Will they approach it with Anthony Maria?
You just see Michael Monaghan, one of the assistant coaches, arms are all over the place, shouting at everybody. Come on, he says.
Escaré over the top. Fouad for the corner. Has he got that ball down? He claims the try. But it could be a job for the video ref. No reference to the referee for Fita Furious.
Well, he thinks there's an obstruction in the middle of this. The ball goes out. Again, Albert at the line. There is no problem with that. Jacob Miller, There may be some contact with Dave Taylor.
Well, there's certainly no obstruction on the way across. It's more Miller going into him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Grounding wasn't crystal clear the first time I saw it. Does he keep possession of it? Hands on the ball? That's probably enough there to give that.
Yeah, he does well, because when I first saw this, I thought it was a good tackle from Hall. The ball bounces up. Well, there's no problem, is there?
Hold on, mate.
Well, big kick here from the sideline now for Pat Richards.
Paddy Richards hasn't missed in this game. And now the pressure on with the hardest kick he's faced. Fouad Yaha unable to get to his feet after scoring that try. Who'd be a goal kicker?
Well, he'd just take his time here. Pat Richards won it. Knows how important it is.
They're a funny breed. I remember talking to Kevin Sinfield, who said pressure kicks, pressure situations, when you're on the back line and you've got your fingers crossed when you're playing with them, he said, I practice all the time to be in a situation like that. So I welcome this pressure because it's my chance to win the game. I'm sure Pat Richards feels he can pull his side out of what has been a very abject performance, getting the ball over, getting possession, and ultimately getting on the front foot in this match.
Fouad Yaha with the try. On a great run of form, Fouad Yaha. But he's left Pat Richards with a very difficult conversion from the sidelines. Richards, it's on its way and it's wide.
Ooh. He thought he kicked that as well, Pat Richards.
And so did the fans as well, yeah. They've got their arms up, they feel it went over. Pat Richards, when he kicks the ball, he kicks it sky high, and sometimes it can go over the uprights. Here's the finish from Yaha. He's had a good game, a couple of breaks. Certainly worked hard coming away from his own line. You can't accuse him of not having the correct attitude, but some of his teammates, quite possibly you can.
So Wakefield still ahead. Here's that kick.
Is it over?
Hold it, Matt, to me at the time.
Wow. Stewart, you've got better eyesight than us.
Well, all I would say is that the touchers are probably in a better position than the cameraman, but it did look like it went over.
They're in a better position than us.
For one and hold.
They did both agree.
Well, they tend to call to each other now, whether one toucher isn't exactly behind where the ball's going over, so they will just call to each other and just agree the thing.
Oh dear, Catalan and Bernard Gouache, the chairman. It doesn't take an awful lot to get his anger up.
Hold it, go through.
They're going to need to come up with something in the last 8 minutes here of the Catalan Dragons. Have they got the finish in them? Can Wakefield withstand it?
They've got enough match winners. That's what Catalan have got in the side.
Here's Dupont. It's the fifth tackle.
Hold with me, hold it, Andrew. 5, go.
Da Costa. They've gone for one. I'm not sure what Lucas Alves was thinking there.
Quite simply, he can't count.
He actually thinks that Pat Richards must have kicked that conversion.
He thinks his team are in front. It's one of the worst drop goals you'll ever see in your life.
That ball needed to go high in the air. Here it is. Two touch judges wave it away straight away.
Well, you've got to take their judgment. At the end of the day, they're in the best position. They've waved it away. And to answer your question, they have got enough. Oh, sorry. To add on to your point, as it wasn't a question, they have got enough match winners, but they haven't paid enough attention to the detail, and the strength of this Wakefield team is in its unity.
Wakefield won by a point when they met in Newcastle. They're leading by 2 points in Perpignan. Here's Scott Moore. Moore gets the pass away to Walton.
Yeah, good work from Jason Walton and Scott Moore linking up them.
Never mind Catalan looking to overhaul them.
They've got
to guard their own try line as well, the Dragons, because there could be more points in this Wakefield side as Miller hoists that kick into the searing sunshine. Escarate clutches at it in the second attempt.
Could that have been a penalty? Was he still in the air, or did his foot come down and touch the ground?
I think he just got down in time there, Terry.
Yeah.
So choosing to go with the attacking kick instead of knocking the...
Andrew, you can't keep pulling him down.
Well, there's a penalty. Instead of knocking the ball off the pitch. Wow, just.
Meanwhile, David Fafita is penalised. Oh, that's a godsend to the Catalan Dragons.
And maybe if you
Here we
knock
go,
the ball
Wakefield,
off the
with me.
pitch, you just
With me,
take
with
your
me.
time, walk
With
to
me,
the scrum,
Jacob.
say what you're going to do.
What?
Well, our French TV counterparts obviously stressing over that conversion.
We could see that again in the final minute of the game.
I think we might see a bit more of that. Here's Da Costa. Still time for Catalan to snatch this. Still time for Wakefield to make it safe. By Thierry, trying to get to his feet. Ashurst trying to prevent him from doing that. Taylor, what's he doing? David Taylor.
No, again,
it's not his job.
What was going on?
Yeah.
It's not his job.
He is like Barry said before, he's a brilliant player. But to take control and take it out of the hands of Lucas Alba, Tony Gigot, even Morgan Escaré, like trying too hard because there's so many senior players missing. Like Dave Taylor's got into this game, maybe putting a bit of pressure on himself.
And they have been given the opportunity because for the 7th time, Wakefield have been penalised for interference. The size and power, strength and power of this Catalan side has forced Wakefield into a tussle on the floor. That's cost them 7 penalties. And the Catalan Dragons haven't been able to capitalise on that.
Heads in.
Not sure what tackle
about 5, I think.
Not sure what tackle that was on, but nobody else was on the same page as David
It was the
Taylor.
back end of the set.
Back it
And
down,
again,
heads in.
Just to expand on my point is that when he's gone into this game and he's seen all the senior players that's missing within the squad, he's gone out there pressuring himself, thinking, I need to go out there, I need to lead from the front, I need to make things happen.
Well, this could be, as the chairman is fond of saying, catastrophe for the Catalan Dragons.
Dave! We meet Catalan, 2, go.
What do you think Michael Carter would be saying?
3,
Something
move
that
away.
rhymes with Carter.
Go.
Something that rhymes with Wakefield.
Here's Jacob Miller. Might not need a one-pointer from him.
Hold it, Elwa. 4.
Taylor all over him.
Yeah, Liam Finn, Jacob Miller take control. The final players of this set of 6 set up the field position, kick the ball
5,
off the
away.
pitch.
Hold the chase. Hold it.
It needs something mercurial from the Dragons here, and Wakefield taking their time, running the clock down, and Miller putting the kick in.
Yeah.
Good touch finder.
Well, there's danger there from Fafita because he gets up and plays the ball. The final tackle, he plays the ball slowly, so Jacob Miller is under pressure. He can't kick the ball behind Catalan and find touch. He just, as soon as he gets it, he just drops it, kicks it straight out to touch, but he doesn't get the distance because he comes off the back of a slow play the ball. It needed to be quicker to buy those extra meters.
Weary looking Dragon side.
Down, heads in.
They have
second roll loose.
3 minutes to try and rescue this. Wakefield looking at a very, very big win for them away from home. As mentioned before, only Hull, Warrington and Wigan have won in Perpignan this season. It is never an easy place to come, even when Catalan are not at their best.
And you have to say, Wakefield on this performance, they look like a top 8 side. They look like they can go into the Lions' Den and come away with the bananas.
Would you find bananas in the Lions' Den? Would you honestly find bananas in the Lions' Den? Well, they could get the points, that's for sure. And they are very close to it. Here is Taylor. What's he going to come up with this time? Well, nothing maverick from the big man on this occasion. Da Costa. Gigot. Albert to Justin Horro.
5, away Wakefield.
That's the 5th tackle. Needs to be a good kick. Needs to test this Wakefield defence. Gigot gets the pass away.
Still 5.
It's still on the last, and they can't keep it alive. What great defence from the Wildcats.
Good pressure, John Malloy. John Malloy was urgent. He was tight to the ruck, the first marker.
Fellas,
and he gets out and he pressures the Catalan kicker, knowing it's the last play, knowing that it was going to be an attacking kick to put pressure on some of his outside backs. But good effort.
Let's go, Leo. Let's go.
And as soon as he makes that play, he makes that tackle along with Nick Scruton, they get the ball back here.
You don't need to play the ball.
Well, what an effort this has been from the Wildcats. They led 6-0 early on, and then they conceded a rash of tries, and it looked as though Catalan were building up a head of steam, but it's been some performance from a Wakefield side
Hold with me for 2.
who weren't under any pressure going into this game because of the Hull Kingston Rovers defeat on Thursday night, and maybe that's helped them.
Maybe they're still looking for 6th spot as well.
3.
They're one of the lowest spends in Super League, up against one of the biggest spends. They've turned up with the correct attitude.
4,
I tipped them before the game on Sky
4.
Sports News to win this game.
Hold.
They actually fancied the chances.
I think you've made that very clear.
We've said that about 6 times.
In the course of this.
Because no one believes
All
me.
right, I'll give
Come
it
on,
you.
Catalan, 5. Go.
Here is Jacob Miller. Puts the kick in and doesn't find touch. Finds Escaré. Now then, last couple of minutes for Catalan.
And this is probably the last defensive set 6.
Hold it. Go, 1.
Wakefield.
Pat Richards. Have they got something that can unlock this Wildcats defence?
Well, they'll be looking for a penalty here now, Catalan.
They're coming up towards the halfway line with Pelissier. That's again good defence.
Away for 3. Hold with me. Hold it, Nick. 3. Hold it.
Pelissier plays the ball. Lucas Albert. Baccieri gets the pass away. Dave Taylor. Taylor, one-handed. Taylor still going. Taylor down the sidelines. Under pass, can't find Yaha. And the ball goes into touch and out of the window. Go the Catalan Dragons' chances, you feel?
Well, that could be a game, set and match to Wakefield. Again, Jacob Miller can't bring the big fella down. Jowett just backing off. And he comes up with a good defensive effort there, Jowett. He backs off, he buys a bit of time for his teammates to come across and try and get hold of Taylor, which puts pressure on him. And the offload goes straight into touch. And with just 35 seconds to go, it's been a good display from Chris Chester's men.
This is a huge win for Wakefield. It sends a message out to everybody that's going to play against them moving forward. But the affirmation in the changing room that, yeah, we are a good team. When we stick together, we stick on task, we believe in one another,
Jacob, come on.
we can come away with the points and we can beat anybody.
And most people's favourites to be relegated. If there was any team that was going to be finishing bottom and maybe fighting it out in that £1 million game, everyone was tipping Wakefield.
It's out. 1, move out.
So Catalan.
To me for 1. Hold.
A double at the hands of the Wildcats this season. Lost at Magic, now beaten on their own ground. Okay, they won in Wakefield in March. But this is some scalp for Chris Chester's team. Scott Moore, he's had a good game. He's had a good game for the Wildcats as the hooker. Well, they've all done well.
They've all outplayed their opposites, and that's all you can ask as a coach.
Hold with me for 4.
Pelissier in trouble. As the hooter sounds and Wakefield celebrate, Catalan disconsolate, dejected. Wakefield have won by 30 points to 28. And Remy Casti and Catalan cannot believe that they have just suffered a 5th consecutive League and Cup defeat. There you go. 18 all at half-time. And Wakefield have weathered the storm in the second half to pick up a really, really impressive win.
Well, having scored the last 2 tries of the first half, they picked up where they left off. Bill Tupu, he's had a couple of good touches in this match, as has Craig Hall. But that pace, they just haven't had any answer to the pace and enthusiasm of this Trinity side. That's the first try of the second half. And Catalan Dragons, through Morgan Escaré, they replied. And as he puts the ball down, he seems almost annoyed with himself of the position of his side, the Dragons.
It's a huge win for this, showing that the Magic win wasn't all fluke. Big, solid try. Everything that they've done, they've turned up with the right attitude. They've wanted to win. And Fuad Yaha comes up with a decent effort here to score the try. Pat Richards, well, was it in, was it out? The touch, should you say, that's out, it's missed. But big effort, big win from Wakefield.
Impressive scalp for the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. And 6th place in the table they're up to now, ahead of Castleford and Widnes. And what an impressive turnaround this is for Chris Chester and